What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Yoga by Biola here with the YouTube video. I have been MIA, honey. I've been steadily working on building up the Tramp Vinyasa brand, and last year that got fairly difficult for me to manage both. So I'm coming back at you every Monday with a new video. A few of you guys have requested an intro yoga video series, so that's what I'm bringing you. Today we'll cap off our 3-week intro to yoga series. So today we'll be going over the basics. Next week we will be doing forward folds and hip openings. And the 3rd week we will be moving into standing balancing postures. All you'll need today is your yoga mat. Go ahead and get that, and I'll meet you right back here. But before you do anything, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you stay up to date on these yoga videos every Monday with me, and I will see you right back here in a hot second. Alright fam, we're going to start off our practice with the basics on hands and knees. Coming into our tabletop position, 2 fists work the space in between the knees and the 5 fingers rooted and grounded into the earth. We'll start with a cat-cow here. You're going to ground your 5 fingers into the earth, shine your heart up towards the heavens. Tailbone's going to draw up. Make sure you're pushing the hands into the earth, drawing your shoulders away from your ears so you're lifting out of the neck here. Exhale, you're going to curl your tailbone in, head and neck are going to curl in last. Slowly release the head towards the groin here once again. And draw the shoulders away from the ears so you're creating space here. Opening up and expanding through the shoulder blades. Inhale, bring it right back to your cow pose. Shine the heart up to the heavens here. Push the hands into the earth, draw the shoulders down as you extend the heart and the neck up. Exhale, curl the tailbone in. Head and neck curl in last. Completely relax the head and the neck. No holding here, and continue to draw the shoulders away from the ears. One more of those. Inhale, find your cow pose, ground the hands into the earth, extend the heart up to the heavens, tailbone draws up, belly button draws down to the mat. Exhale, curl the tailbone in, head and neck curl in last. You're going to hold here, and you're going to slowly flip one of your palms. Let's open up through the wrist here, finding our cat-cow continuously, and just continuing to open up through the right wrist. And then just flip it back and switch sides. You're still in your cat variation. That feels good. And then flip the palm, come right back to your neutral tabletop position, and then we'll invert the palms here. So you're going to draw your fingers towards your knees. Let's open up the front or the inside of the wrist here. If you're having trouble doing this, you can invert your fingers out to the right instead of drawing the fingers in towards the knees, or you can keep your hands lifted somewhat if you can't get the palms flat. Go ahead and take that right hand back towards the normal positioning and flip or invert the left palm, draw the fingers in towards the knees. Open up the inside of the wrist. Tabletop position, and then go ahead and tuck the toes as you draw your left fingers back towards the front of your mat. Tuck the toes here, walk the hands in towards the knees, and pluck the knees up. Open the knees wide, heels come together, and extend the hands. Relax the head and the neck down. And so we're just checking in with the knees here, seeing how this feels, and noticing how this feels for you in your body. And is this an easy position for me to go to, or does it seem fairly difficult? So we're trying to check in how the knees feel. Just gently open up towards the hips as well. See where the hips are at before we get started. And then you're going to hug those knees back in and drop them down. Keep the toes tucked and just come to rise. And you're just sitting on your toes tucked. So we're just trying to open up the fronts of the feet, the arches of the feet as well. And just stretch the toes this way as well. They rarely get stretched this way. So we're just going to go ahead and take some time to sit here and open it. This is a great opportunity to start to drop into your breathing, which we'll get more into at the end of the practice. But I want you to relax into the shoulders here and start to take a few deep breaths. We're going to be here for 4 rounds of breath. Inhaling and exhaling is one full round of breath. You're going to start to feel tingling in the toes, but keep in steady with your line of breath, and also try to keep the breath long. So inhaling long, exhaling long. Inhale for 1, and exhale. 3 more of those. Inhale for 2, and exhale. 2 more. Inhale for 3, and exhale. 1 more. Inhale for 4, and exhale. Release, drag yourself forward, untuck the toes, step out the feet. Feels good. And we'll do the same thing, opposite direction. So toes are going to be untucked. You're going to come into a Virasana thunderbolt pose. And you're going to slowly hold here. Now for some of us, we're already feeling a stretch on the front of our ankles. Now for me, my ankles get fairly tight, so this is a really necessary posture for me. For some of us right here, we're already feeling a stretch. Others of us need a little bit more room or a little bit more of an extension. So you're going to draw your hands back towards the end of your mat, come onto the tips of the fingers, and just gently lift the knees. Maybe you lift one knee or maybe you lift both knees. You're going to feel a stretch on the front of the ankles. And we're going to hold here for 4 rounds of breath. Now you can hold here with the knees lifted if this is too intense. You can drop the knees down if you're feeling it here. Depending on your body, you're going to get the benefits either or, but really listen to where you're feeling it. If you're feeling it here with the knees down, stay here. If you need the knees to be up, then lift them up. We're going to hold here for 3 rounds of breath. Inhale for 1. And exhale. 3 more. Inhale for 2. And exhale. Inhale for 3. And exhale. Inhale for 4. And exhale. Oof. Drop those knees if you lifted them. Pour the hands forward. Come back into your tabletop position. Let's stomp out the feet again. And we'll slowly start to warm up the core with some pranayama and also some modified chaturangas. So I'm going to walk my hands forward. Notice that my hips are at a slant. I'm going to extend my heart forward. I'm going to hug my forearms in and lower my groin, and my heart are going to kiss the mat simultaneously. My hands are going to come on the outsides of my chest, and the fronts of my feet are going to remain rooted into the mat. They're never going to lift off of the mat. On the inhale, I'm going to lift my heart, lift my head. My eye gaze is going to extend forward. So I'm not straining my head and neck here. I'm extending my eyes forward. My hands are on the outsides of my chest. I'm keeping the fronts of my feet rooted, and I'm engaging my quads, drawing them towards one another so that almost my knees lift, my legs and my quads are engaged, and my tailbone is drawn back and down, and I'm lifting through my heart for a cobra pose. Little to no weight in my hands. I'm not pushing into my hands. My hands are light. If you need to, you can come on the tips of the fingers here to control that. And then on the exhale, I'm going to drop my chin to kiss the mat. I'm going to root my hands, and I'm going to inhale, rise to my flat back tabletop. Exhale, my hips are going to come to kiss my heels. I'm going to come back to my child's pose. My arms are going to extend here. If child's pose isn't accessible for you, you can always come to a puppy dog pose here. Find what feels good for you. I know this child's pose can be limited sometimes for people who have a belly to work with, so if you need to, you can extend the hands forward and free up space for your belly here. On the inhale, I'm going to ripple my spine up. I'm going to come to my cat spine. Notice I'm coming back to my cat spine. I'm going to extend my heart through my forearms, cow spine, and then I'm going to lower onto my belly back into the ground. Inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Little to no weight in the hands again. So I'm protecting my low back, keeping my legs engaged. Exhale, my chin comes to the mat. Inhale, I'm going to rise, flat back tabletop. Use your core. And then exhale, child's pose. I'm coming right back. Ooh, excuse me, I burped. You got one more of those. Inhale, ripple it up. Find that cow. Yep, find that cat heart. cat spine. Extend the heart through, cow spine. Notice how I relax my shoulders down. I'm going to hug my forearms and elbows straight back, lower all the way onto the mat. And inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Little to no weight in the hands here. Exhale, chin kisses the mat. Inhale, I'm going to rise, flat back, tabletop. Exhale, I'm going to bring it straight back to my child's pose. Inhale, I'm going to bring it up into my tabletop. I'm going to hold in my tabletop here. And exhale, settle into my tabletop. Inhale, I'm going to extend my right leg straight back out behind me. My desk chair is there. So noticing I'm drawing my toes down, and this is a closed hip posture. So my hips aren't opening up here. My hips are down, my right foot is engaged, and I'm extending that leg back. On the exhale, I'm going to hug my knee in towards my nose. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend it out. Now I'm going to hold my leg out, keep it extended, and I'm going to extend my opposite hand. So my left hand is going to extend. Find balance here, looking down at your right hand. Keep the left hand engaged and the right foot engaged, and then exhale, elbow comes to kiss the knee. Hold. Inhale, open it up. Give me one more of those. Exhale, elbow comes to kiss the knee and hold. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, lower your left hand. Lower your right knee, opposite side. So just extend the left knee out. Once again, closed hip posture. My toes are shining down. My hip bone is pointing down. And my left foot is engaged as if there's a wall behind my foot. Take a deep inhale here. I'm grounding through my hands, lifting through my heart. Exhale. Knee comes in towards the nose. Hold and hover. Inhale, extend the leg. Keep it flexed and engaged. Keep it turned on. Exhale, elbow comes in towards, knee comes in towards the nose again. And extend it back. Hold here. Take a deep inhale. Find your balance. Look down at your left hand this time and extend your right hand. Keep the right hand engaged. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, elbow comes in to kiss that knee. Hold and hover. Inhale, open it up wide. Exhale, elbow comes in to kiss the knee. Hold and hover. Inhale, open it up wide. Exhale, release the hand into the earth. Release the knee. Settle in and ground here. You're going to slowly kickstand your right shin straight back behind you. And lengthen out your left leg long. Notice that the inside of my left foot roots. My right hand is on the outside of my right knee. And I'm going to extend my left hand here. Just finding a modified side plank. Now notice that I'm grounding my hand into the earth and drawing my shoulder blades away from the ear, just like I did in my cat-cow variation. So I'm not here, right? I'm creating space through the shoulders and finding an internal rotation of my shoulder blade. I'm drawing it in towards my body. I'm drawing my elbow in towards my body. And then from here, I'm going to continue to hold. Take my left hand to my left hip. I'm going to bend my left knee and point my toes out towards the outside of the mat. And I'm going to lift up. I'm going to come to my modified warrior 2 so you can see behind me what it looks like. You're going to take your left hand to your groin, right hand to your sacrum. And I want you to feel yourself push your sacrum down. So you're going to push your tailbone down and you're going to feel your groin grow into your left hand. So you're really activating and opening up through the inner thighs. And then open it back up, modified warrior 2. You're relaxing through the shoulders and looking over your left hand. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, you're going to come to a modified side angle. So your left elbow is going to come to the inside of the left knee. And the right hand is going to extend up to the heavens here. So once again, your hand is turned on. It's not relaxed here, just hanging. Keep that hand engaged and you're lengthening through the right side body. I'm also lifting my torso and twisting as if my right side is coming up towards the heavens here. You can continue to hold. Option to keep the left hand on the inside of the knee, or you can drop it down towards the earth to a block here, which you'll see me do on the opposite side. Continue to hold in your side angle. Inhale, bring it back up to your modified warrior two. And you're gonna lengthen out your left leg. Drop the inside of the left foot so that foot is rooted. You're in a modified triangle pose. You're gonna pour your left hand down. Right hand is gonna come straight up. Coming into your modified Trikonasana or triangle pose. Continue to hold here. Hands are engaged, lengthening and twisting through the right side body. And then inhale, bring it right back. Hands come extended out. You're going to once again bend that left knee, that Captain Morgan variation, and then root the right hand back on down to the earth. Left hand comes up, lower the left hand, kickstand the right shin straight back, and drop your left knee. We're going to move to the opposite side. You're going to kickstand the left shin straight back, lengthen out the right leg. Now you can see what I look like on the front side body. I'm rooting the inside of my right foot so it's planted. I'm grounding my left hand. And this is what I meant by the internal rotation of the elbow. So notice here my elbow is pointing out that way towards the front of my mat. I want to internally rotate it in and lift up from my side body, create space within my shoulder and my ear so I'm not hanging out here, and just relaxing that elbow. That elbow is engaged, internally rotated in, and then lift the heart and twist the right side body up for your modified side plank. The right hand's going to come up here. So what I'm doing is I'm creating space in my limbs and my joints so they're not crunching on top of one another. Continue to hold. Inhale, right hand comes to the hip. You're going to start to bend the right knee, and you're going to lift. Modified warrior two. I'm looking over my right hand. My shoulders are relaxed. My eye gaze is extended over my right hand. And once again, my left hand's going to come to my groin. My right hand's going to come to my sacrum. And I'm going to draw my sacrum down or my tailbone down. Feel my groin grow into my left hand. Feel all of that space and length on the inside of my inner thighs and my psoas. So I'm really engaging here. I'm not finding that posterior tilt, so I'm really activated and drawing my tailbone down. So we're lengthening through the torso and also opening up through the inner thighs. Extend the arms here, and eye gaze goes over. And then exhale, you're going to find your modified side angle. You're going to pour your right hand down. Your left hand is going to extend to the heavens. Now from here, remember on the other side I was saying you can keep the elbow bent or you can lengthen it. I like to use my elbow to gently open up my inner thigh because my inner thighs get fairly tight. But you can draw the hand completely down to the earth or to a block here if you need to. So if you need a block, you can use a block or a book here. I will be using one possibly later. Also keep in mind this is not a resting point. You're just not just resting your elbow on your thigh. It's an active posture. So you're actively lengthening. Continue to hold. Inhale, float the hands back up. And then exhale, you're just going to lengthen out the right leg for your modified triangle pose. Now I'm just going to draw my hands to my hips for a moment. You're going to invert your toes so they're completely, your foot is flat and stable. And then extend the hands, and I'm going to pour my right hand down. My left hand's going to come straight up here. Finding that perfect vertical line with the hands here in your modified triangle pose. Now once again, you can draw your hands on a block here, or you can keep them kind of levitating above your mat. Right now my index fingers are just gracing the mat, and that's fine for me. Feeling that lengthening through the left side body and the left side ribs. Inhale, I'm going to float it right back to my modified warrior two. Bending that knee as I find that Captain Morgan stance almost. I'm going to lower my hands into the earth. My left hand rather, I'm going to lower my right hand. I'm going to kickstand my left shin straight back and just drop my right knee. I'm completely right back in my tabletop. And I'm going to come to a modified chaturanga. I'm just walking myself back on the mat, so I was a little bit further. I'm going to walk my hands further up My hips are going to come at a slant. I'm going to hug my forearms in. Notice my groin and my heart. They kiss the mat simultaneously, not one at a time. And you'll notice too, if you're still building up the strength in the arms, some of us might just like, pop down, that's fine. This is a great modified chaturanga to build the strength in your biceps and your triceps. Once again, root the fronts of the feet into the earth. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the head. Cobra pose, little to no weight. In the hands. Exhale, my chin's going to kiss the mat. I'm going to use my core to rise. My fingers are going to fly flat. I'm going to rise tabletop. And then exhale, I'm bringing it right back to my child's pose. Hips come to kiss the heels, arms extend. Inhale, I'm going to ripple it up. Tabletop. And on the exhale, I'm going to settle in here. On the next inhalation, I'm just going to step the right leg forward on the outside of the right hand. I'm going to tuck my back left toe, lift my left knee, and I'm going to step my left foot on the outside of the left hand. So we're omitting the down dogs to start. We'll get into down dogs in the next practice. Just lay here in this forward fold. This is our first forward fold. And I just want you to start to just notice what you're feeling here. In the backside body, you're just getting a nice deep stretch through the hamstrings. Same thing as you did in your cat and your cow. Just let the head and the neck hang heavy. No need to hold it up here as you did in your cat pose. Keep the feet wide to start. Relax the shoulders down now. If your hamstrings are very tight, I want you to keep a little micro bend in the knees, like this. So you're bending through the knees. That's going to help protect your hamstrings and your joints. And then you're hanging from here. And slowly pour the body up. Head and neck come up last. Relaxing here. Down. There we go. On the inhale, hands come high. Circle, sweep them up to the heavens. Astasana, and exhale. Hands come to heart center. I'm going to step my toes in so that the insides of my feet come to kiss. Same thing. Left hand on my groin. Right hand on my sacrum. I'm going to draw my tailbone down. My groin's going to grow into my hand. So same thing, because we really stand to notice if we have that posterior toe. I know that I do. So really, at every point, becoming conscious of how your body is standing, how you're lifting through your torso, how you're rooting into your sacrum, and really try to draw that tailbone down. Because if we continue to do this, we're going to have a shortened muscle in one place and an overactive, contracted muscle in another place, and we want them to be balanced. So finding that Uddiyana Bandha, tailbone down, low belly drawn up and in, relaxing here in your Tadasana. I'm just going to step my right leg back and pivot and invert my right foot so it's parallel to the end of my mat. Notice that my left foot is remaining pointing forward, so I'm creating a 90-degree angle through my left knee. I'm getting prepared for my first warrior two. If I look down at my feet, the heel to heel or heel to inside of foot, whichever placement works good for you. I'm getting more and more deeper into that 90-degree angle on my knee, and I'm going to extend my hand. Same thing that I did when I was on my knees. My eye gaze is going to draw over and look over my left hand, and I'm going to relax my shoulders down, creating space through my ear and my shoulders, just like you were in your cat-cow, just like you were in that modified warrior two. And same thing, notice where that tailbone is. It doesn't have to be perfectly drawn downwards like this, but really feel yourself draw that tailbone down and feel yourself lengthen through the insides of the thighs and the psoas. Look over the left hand. Take a deep inhale. And you're going to slowly pour the left hand down for your modified side angle. Left elbow is going to come to the inside. Right hand is going to extend. Now remember last time I was saying you can release the hand long. You can do that now if you'd like. If you can, touch the earth, or you can grab a block here if you need to. Left elbow is going to continue to come into that knee. You're not resting here. You're not just resting and camping out. Active dynamic posture, remember? And continue to hold. Take a deep inhale here. We're going to hold here. One more breath. On the inhale, I'm going to float my hands up. My left knee is going to remain in a 90-degree angle. I'm going to lengthen it out finally. I'm going to come into my triangle pose. I want you to start to pour your pelvis. Pour the pelvis until it doesn't want to tilt anymore, as opposed to just drawing the torso down. Tilt the pelvis. Notice how I'm tilting it back into my right femur. When it no longer wants to tilt, that's when I lower my hand and my right hand comes up. Now, if you are hypermobile and double jointed like myself, you're going to keep a little bitty bend in your left knee to protect your joint. Continue to lift and extend. Give me 2 breaths here. Inhale for 1. And hold for the exhale. Inhale for 2. And hold for the exhale. Inhale, you're going to bend your right knee and float your hands back up, warrior 2. Exhale, lengthen out. The left knee again. Pivot the toes in. Hands are going to come high. We're in a star pose. Exhale, hands come to the hips. So we're in our star pose. We're going to pour it forward. Coming back to those hamstrings again now. You're going to pour it forward and slowly release the hands to your mat. One thing I want you to notice here, and we'll get more into next week, is you want the hips to remain stacked right over the ankles. You're not pushing the booty back and all the weight is drawing to the heels. Draw it forward. Come to a halfway lift, so you're going to extend your heart forward. And just hold here. Let those hamstrings respond. Tend to get pretty shortened throughout the day. So really just let those hamstrings open up here. And slowly, when you're ready, bend the elbows, drop the head down for a deeper stretch in the hammies and the calves. Once again, if you need to, if you're having trouble drawing your hands to the earth, you can use a block or a book here. You can also use a chair right here and root your hands on the chair if you need to. On the inhale, I'm going to slowly just micro bend my knees. I'm going to bend my knees gently and pour myself back up slowly. So I'm keeping my knees bent to protect my joints. My hands are going to come back up. Exhale. I'm going to invert and pivot my right toes to the back of the mat. Now my left toes are parallel to the front of the mat. And I'm coming into my warrior 2 on the opposite side. We're just doing the same thing, opposite side. You're going to bend into your right knee. Find that 90-degree angle, so-so. Doesn't have to be a perfect 90-degree angle, but you're coming into somewhat of a 90-degree angle, a bend in the knee, and this is going to slowly get deeper and deeper as you gain more flexibility in your hip flexors and in your thighs. Extend the arms. Eye gaze is going to look over, this time your right hand. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale. I'm going to come into my side angle on the right side. My right elbow is going to come down to the inside of my knee, and my left hand is going to extend up. Now, option to drop that hand if you need to, or root it onto a block. And hold here 2 rounds of breath. Give me 1 more round of breath here. Inhale, we're going to float it back up, warrior 2. Exhale, we're going to lengthen out the right knee. Hands come to the hips. I like to just walk my right foot in just a little bit to shorten it for triangle pose, trikonasana. Same thing, tilt the pelvis. Tilt the pelvis till it's knocking to the back of that left femur and it doesn't want to tilt anymore, as opposed to just dropping the torso. People just tend to drop the torso down and don't involve the tilt of the pelvis in the triangle pose. Tilt the pelvis. You can use your hands if you need to. Notice how I'm tilting, tilting, tilting. Okay, now it's knocking. Doesn't want to tilt anymore. My right hand drops. So we don't need to go all the way down. We can come to the center of the shin. Right hand or left hand, comes up high. It's almost like I'm twisting my torso, my left side body up to the heavens. So you're getting a minor twist here through the torso. 2 breaths here. Inhale for 1. And exhale. Once again, if you're double jointed like myself, don't knock out that knee, honey. Micro bend. Keep it protected. Inhale for 2. And exhale. Inhale, bend the knee, protect the joint. Float the hands back up, warrior 2. Lengthen out the knee again. Pivot the right toes towards me. Hands come high. Exhale, hands come to the hips. Prasarita, forward fold, extend the heart and pour. Hinge at the hip. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Ooh, I feel it right there in the center. You want to feel the stretch in the center of the muscle, the meat of the muscle, not so much at the joints, but if you do, it's just indicative of the tightness of the hamstrings. Hands come to the mat, or to blocks, or to a chair, depending on your flexibility. If you're super tight, you need more height, use that chair. Use a chair right here. And forward fold. Relax the head and the neck down to the earth. Shift the weight evenly forward so the weight is evenly distributed in the toes and the heels. Relaxing through the hammies, relax the head and the neck. We're only going to be here for about a breath or 2. Inhale. Extend the heart forward towards me. What is this in my hair? And we're going to slowly pivot the left toes. So we come to that lunge that we started with. You're going to drop your right knee and step your left knee back. Tabletop. So right back where we started, we're going to walk the hands forward. Hips are going to come flat. You know where we're going. Butterfly chaturanga. Hug the forearms and elbows straight back, lower onto the belly. Inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Little to no weight in the hands here. Exhale, chin kisses the mat. Inhale, you rise, flat back, tabletop. Use your core. Exhale, child's pose. Hips to the heels or puppy dog, arms extend. Option for prayer, arms alongside the shins. Hold here. 2 rounds of breath. Now in your child's pose, go ahead and take the hands to the backs. The front of the hands to the low back, and draw the elbows down. You're going to feel a stretch within the shoulder blades, and you're going to draw the elbows down, hug them into the body. So make sure the fronts of the hands are on the back, the palms of the hands are facing up to the heavens. Feel that stretch in the shoulder blades. Slowly release the hands and draw yourself back up, tabletop. We'll take it down from here on the inhale. You're going to thread the right hand up. Gently twist through the torso and exhale. Thread it underneath the left arm and extend the left hand. So the right palm is facing up, left hand is extended, and we're just opening up through the back of the heart and the shoulders. Actively pour the left the left armpit down to the earth, so you're just creating a little bit more contraction through the left armpit, but you're expanding through the back of the heart here. On the inhale, draw the left hand back towards the face as you push into the earth, and draw the right hand back up and drop it down. We'll do the opposite side. Your left hand's going to pour up to the heavens, and on the exhale, you're going to thread it underneath the right arm. Extend the left palm out and extend the right palm forward. So my right hand is rooted, my left palm is up. My right palm is going to stay rooted, and my left palm is going to shine up to the heavens. And what I was saying on the opposite side about pouring this right shoulder blade down is, notice here how I'm lifting it up. And sometimes we're really tight. We don't realize we're kind of hiking that right shoulder blade up. I want you to pour the right shoulder and armpit down.
Feel yourself expand through the back of the heart. So you're going to contract here a little bit, but you're also expanding through the back of the heart and the chest, which is what we want to do. You're getting a nice stretch as well underneath the armpit, which is the serratus muscle is here. And we want to stretch that out a little bit because it tends to get tight. And just hold and breathe. On the inhale, I'm going to drag my right hand back into my face. I'm going to ground through my right hand. Lift my left hand up, and exhale, draw it down. And then from here, I'm just going to come to sit in Virasana, or you can come to sit in a cross-legged Sukhasana position facing me. Find what feels good for you as we come to our closing and our breathing. For me, I love Virasana, Thunderbolt pose. So I'm going to make my way into that, standing on my knees. Find what feels good for you. Oh, you guys, we made it. Oh, go ahead and relax the shoulders down here and close the eyes if you like. I invite you to close your practice with whatever hand mudra feels intuitive to you and showcase gratitude for our practice today. Hand mudra being hand prayer. Traditionally, hands are drawn at heart center, a little space in between the palms, thumbs pressing into heart center. Let's go ahead and take 3 deep exhalations, or 3 deep inhales followed by 3 deep exhales. Take a deep inhale to prepare. Exhale out of the mouth, HA. 2 more of those, deep inhale. Exhale out of the mouth, HA. 1 more, deep inhale. Exhale out of the mouth, HA. We'll each repeat 1 time. I've done my best. I leave the rest. Namaste. Namaste, y'all. I'll see you back here next week with a continuation of our 3-week intro to yoga series. We'll be moving into hip openers and forward folds a little bit deeper next week. Catch me on Monday. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and follow your girl on the gram for more juicy ascension tidbits and yoga bits. See you soon.